Hi, I'm Sonika and I welcome you to my kitchen. So the recipe that I'm going to show you today is the ultimate comfort food. What we're making today is mac and cheese. But of course, it's my recipe and I've put a couple of spins to it. So let's quickly start making it. For that, I'm going to just heat up some butter in a pan. Now just so the butter doesn't burn, I'm going to add in a hint of oil. And while the butter is still melting, I'm going to throw in some garlic. Got this finely chopped here. So I'm sure a lot of you guys prepare a lot of different versions of mac and cheese, and mine's got mushrooms in it. So I'm using two varieties of mushrooms today. I've got some shimeji mushrooms with me, so I'm going to add it in right now. I'm not going to wait for the garlic to brown because I want both of them to cook together. So in goes some shimeji mushrooms and also some buttered mushrooms. And now we're just going to saute these for a bit and wait till the mushroom starts sweating a little. So I'm a big fan of bacon and I love having it in my mac and cheese. So I'm going to cut up a strip of bacon into tiny pieces and add it to these mushrooms just so you get that beautiful smoky flavor all through the mac and cheese. And this is not the only way we're going to use bacon in this recipe. There's another little surprise that comes in towards the end. And now you just want to saute this till the bacon goes slightly crunchy. So while these mushrooms are sauteing, we're going to prepare for a crumb which goes over this mac and cheese. So I've got a couple of strips of bacon, which I'm just going to chop up into tiny pieces. Now we're also going to chop up some fresh parsley because we're going to make a nice, delicious herb and bacon crumb. So now I'm going to transfer this into a bowl and I'm going to add some breadcrumbs to it. So I've got dried breadcrumbs with me. You could also use fresh. Next, we're going to add some parmesan cheese powder and some crushed black pepper. Now, all you need to do is give it a good mix. I've not added any salt in this because the bacon is salty and we've also used parmesan cheese powder. So that's pretty salty itself. I'm just going to go in with my hands and give it a good rub. So now that the crumb is done, I'm going to put this aside and we're going to take a look at the mushrooms. This is exactly what I was talking about. Once you saute your mushrooms to this point, they get that nice, beautiful, rustic, earthy taste and it's almost meaty to eat. So we're just going to let this cook for about a minute more. And in the meanwhile, I'm just going to heat some milk in a saucepan. Now I'm just going to add some refined flour to the mushrooms and we're going to make sort of a roux. So a little bit of it, not too much because I don't want it to be glutinous and thick. Once the refined flour is cooked, I'm going to ladle in some milk into this. And we're using warm milk because if you add cold milk, the chances of this getting into lumps is a lot higher. So use warm milk. And now you want to mix this really well till the sauce kind of starts thickening. And that's going to take just a couple of minutes. If you feel at any point the mixture is getting too thick, you can just add some more milk and adjust the consistency. And now for the best part of the recipe, we're going to add cheese. So I'm using two kinds of cheese today. I'm using cheddar because that's going to give me some really good creamy mac and cheese. And I'm using mozzarella. And mozzarella is to make it nice and stringy. So I've got a grater. I'm just going to grate in some of the cheddar first. So at this point, I'm going to put the gas off. I'm also going to add in the mozzarella cheese. I'm just going to give this a good mix. And you can already see how the cheese is going nice and stringy. So now just before I add the macaroni, I'm going to add some more milk to it because I just think the consistency is too thick, considering we're going to also put this in the oven later. So just a little bit of milk, warm again, and give it a good mix. So at this point, I'm just going to check for seasoning. It's fine, but it does need a bit of salt. So then let's add in some salt. Now I'm going to add in some crushed black pepper. And my favorite, Tabasco. Also, I'm going to add in some fresh chopped parsley and give it one final mix. And now I'm going to add in the macaroni. I've got some boiled elbow macaroni with me. So in it goes. And now we're going to transfer this into a baking dish or a casserole. And all we got to do now is top this up with a delicious bacon parsley crumb that we made. So the bacon in this crumb is going to make it nice and crunchy. So now we're going to put this into an oven and bake it for about 12 to 15 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius till the bacon on top goes nice and crispy and the cheese inside is nice and gooey. So after 15 minutes in the oven, this is what your mac and cheese is going to look like. It's got that nice glorious golden brown crumb on top and it's nice and bubbly and cheesy inside. So let's dig in, I can't wait. So there's this yummy gooey macaroni and cheese at the bottom and it's got a lovely earthy bite from the mushrooms, and on top there is that glorious bacon parsley crumb. If this isn't the best mac and cheese, I don't know what is. So I'm gonna go enjoy this delicious mac and cheese, and you guys stay tuned for more interesting, awesome recipes.